mean, we all know 365 days ago was the greatest comeback in the history of American politics, right? And what's very interesting about the comeback is that we all probably remember as well another election 4 years before that in 2020. I can tell you this, nobody fought harder to win an election than those of us in our family, and no one was more upset when things turned out a different way than we all wanted than those of us in our family. Now, here's what I'll say. 81 million people were not so inspired by a guy who campaigned out of his basement that he got more votes than anyone in the history of America ever had. I don't know why you would ever need ballots in a suitcase, but okay. Now, here's what else I'll say. We left the White House on January 21st of 2021, and it was very sad. It was a very dark time. It was a very depressing time, and you guys in here probably all felt it as well. But what we didn't realize then, that I think everyone in here can agree with, is that things don't always happen on our time. They happen in God's time. And the incredible things that this president, our 45th and our 47th president of the United States, Donald Trump, has been able to do this term in office would not have been possible with two back-to-back consecutive terms. We needed the 4 years. He needed the 4 years. America needed the 4 years because we saw what you get with the other side, and America said, absolutely not, hell no, America first, bring Donald Trump back, and we got him, guys.
By the way, should we see what he's doing right now? Should we try calling him?
Oh.
Can we do it?
Let's do it.
We
All right,
let's
can we call Trump? Should we call President Trump?
Hold on 1 second.
It says Dad POTUS on his phone, just so you know. Let's see.
Hold on 1 second.
Hello? Hello?
So we have the most beautiful crowd of people, thousands and thousands of people at Auburn University. They are incredibly enthusiastic, and they absolutely adore this country. They adore God, and they adore you.
Well, I want to just say hello to everybody. I hope Eric is doing a good job and Laura's doing a good job. And Auburn's a special place. I've been there many times. I know many people from that area, number one, and from that school. It's a great school. And we love Alabama. We won Alabama by 45 points, so we love it. But I just want to pay my respects to Charlie and Erica. These are two incredible people. And Erica, I've spoken to her often. She's just a spectacular person. And she's going to start where Charlie left off. And we should never allow this to happen. One of the greatest people we've ever known, and was so responsible for our win. And we love Charlie's looking down on us right now, all of us. And Erica, you're there someplace, and you just take care of yourself. We're with you all the way, and we're with the great people that my son and Laura are speaking to. And I love you all. As President of the United States, I love you all, and our country is doing great. We've never been in a position like this. The investments being made, all of the money coming in, and a lot of it's responsible that our great Charlie, I'll tell you what, he was the first in line, always the first in line to help. So I just want to pay my respects to Charlie and everybody, and we love you all. Thank you very much, everybody. And Eric, you better do a good job. These are smart people. They know if you're not doing a good job, they're going to report back to me. Good luck, everybody.
Good night, Pops. We all love you. Incredible. A call-in from President USA, USA, USA. You know, this is the spirit why the other side just doesn't have a chance in the future, guys. I mean, this is the group, this is the spirit that's going to save the United States of America. It's this heart, it's this soul, it's this movement. They thought they could kill our friend, and they thought they could lead all of us. You know, they tried to kill my father. They tried to kill my father twice. They tried to bankrupt us. They tried to take out our company. I became the most subpoenaed person in American history for doing nothing wrong. They tried to throw him off the ballots. They tried to strip our First Amendment rights, right? They stripped us from Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Why did they do that? They wanted to remove our voice. They wanted to remove his voice. They wanted to remove Charlie's voice. They sure as hell wanted to remove her voice. They wanted to remove my father's voice. And they wanted to turn down all of your voices. And we wouldn't allow them to do it. They tried to do it on every campus around the country. They tried to do it by silencing you, where if you wrote a paper that a teacher disagreed with, they would fail you. And you know what, guys? It's backfired in such a monumental fashion, and it's just cemented the vote of the youth of this country for the next 50 years, and they're getting exactly what they deserve.
Tonight is the anniversary of election night, and so it's probably a time to reminisce a bit. The 2024 election cycle. We played some of the greatest hits. Can you give us some behind-the-scenes stories that perhaps no one's ever heard? Or perhaps embellish something that we've all seen that we don't know about?
Well, I'll tell you, sitting backstage, what I was thinking about is that on November 4th of last year, which was the night before the election, we traveled to several different rallies across the country with my father-in-law, and we ended in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is where he ended in 2016, which is where he ended in 2020. So, of course, we had to end there in 2024. And we had been going all day. And I knew that last one, right? We were talking about it backstage. We said, he's not going to want this to end because this is going to be his last rally. And sure enough, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and we were all backstage, basically asleep. This man has been on stage for hours at every rally all day long, and he is still going. And he all of a sudden he goes, what do you think? Do you want to hear from my kids? Should I bring my kids out? And we were all like, oh, we better get up. We better get it together. And he called us out on stage, and it was actually so amazing and such a moment that I'll never forget, standing there on stage with him, thinking about that being the last rally he would ever have. Except, what about the Trump 2028 hats?
What about him?
So do you want to know who actually created the Trump 2028 hat? She's standing right there. So Kim, she's been with me for a very long time. She's getting very fresh one day.
Yeah, Kim.
She comes up to me. She goes, hey, we've got to do something. We've got to mess with the media today. So we can do, the MAGA hats like print on demand. So she changes the 4 to an 8. And she brings it into my office and she throws me a hat. She's like, put it on. I'm just going to take a picture of you. So I put on this picture. This guy, about 2 seconds later, retweets the me wearing the Trump 2028 hat with no text or anything. Elon, 2 seconds after that, retweets this. This thing goes viral. I mean, you've got hundreds and hundreds of millions of likes and views and everything else on this hat. The media went freaking nuts, guys. It was so fun. Is your father trying to subvert democracy based on the fact that...
You understand the Constitution, right?
The Constitutional doesn't allow you to run for a third time. And I'm literally grabbing my phone, and I'm taking pictures as fast as I can of these emails coming in, and I'm just putting them up on my Instagram feed, right, over and over and over. I'm putting these laughing emojis on there. So after about 12 hours of them melting down, she's like, we've got to keep this going somehow. And she comes up with this. She's like, we need a slogan. So it became Trump 2028, rewrite the rules, right? And we posted that, and the same people from the media started melting down again. It was so great. I'm like, it's easier to troll the media in this country than it is to manipulate my 6-year-old son on Halloween with a bucket full of candy, right? It is so funny.
But isn't that what's so amazing right now is that, I said a few minutes ago that it was so important, I think, the 4 years in between, because how Donald Trump has flipped the script on the mainstream media is a thing of beauty, ladies and gentlemen. Think about the first term, right? The first term, it was like he was on his heels the whole time. The whole White House was constantly having to field incoming. They were on defense all the time. They were getting it from the media, from the Democrats, from the Republicans in some respects as well. This time around, he just swats them off like gnats. They don't even know what to do with themselves. He's like, who are you, ABC? Fake news. Sit down. Next. It's so great. Isn't it great? This White House is 100% on offense, killing it every single day. And guess what? The American people are winning. It is so great to watch. I love it.